Seen the Wind is based off of Rosetti's poem. It's just beautifully done. I'm going to tell you, Mark Patterson does an excellent job with any of his things. I think he, in this particular one, did a great job with text painting, and there's some great phrasing opportunities. When I have my kids singing something that's got to be long phrases, or they've got to work on dynamics in it, I have found that when I say, okay, we're going to work on a crescendo through this part and then a diminuendo, they get and understand what crescendo is, and they understand what a diminuendo is, but they just don't know what to do with their bodies to apply it. A lot of times I say crescendo, and all of a sudden they do it through their throats, and then all of a sudden it's very flat. So what I have found that works for me is I always tell the kids, okay, feel this core, and then I'll say, girls, someday you're really going to want to work on this core and make sure it's all tight, because it'll be better for you in the long run. But anyway, we talk about the core, and I'll get somebody up there, some kid that thinks he's really tough, and I'll say, I'm going to hit you in the stomach, you know, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to sit down, that's what I'm going to do. No, I'm going to try to hit you in the stomach. What would you do to make it so it's not going to hurt? I would tighten this part. I used to tell them that there was a kid in our high school, he would come in, he was like, oh, go ahead, hit me. Just hit it as hard as you can. Just go ahead, right there, hit it right there. That can work in your favor when you're doing dynamics. So when you see a dynamic place, if you hear me say tighten your core or stretch or pull, I want you to just take that muscle and make it tight, because that creates focus within your sound, and that focus comes across as a crescendo. So that can help you with your dynamics all over. Just tighten the core. All right? So we might be able to use that in here. Be careful on this that you research. If you're doing something by a poet, like in this instance, we have the word Neither. And neither is the way we'd say it, but in the English world, they say neither. So we're going to represent that. And it's a prettier vowel anyway. Neither is better than neither. You know, I know you've heard me say this before, but we work so hard in Oklahoma trying to get that pure vowel sound, because we don't have diphthongs, we have triphthongs. You know, it goes all over the place. Texas, do you know what I'm talking about over there? Yeah, he does. We have it. It's just, I figured that out. I probably told you the story about the wind. The reason that the people up north speak with a more closed sound, I'm just convinced, is that when farmers and ranchers first came to our country in the north, where it was really cold and they were outside talking to each other, they would talk as fast as they could because they needed to get someplace warm. And so all that's very closed. But if you go further south, the wind just blows because there's nothing to stop it. And so those farmers and ranchers would be outside, I need you to take the cattle over there. I'm convinced. I lay in bed and think about things like that. Okay, here we go. It's neither when we get to that.
See the wind.
do some vocal leases to warm them up before you ever teach them the song. Wind, like that, to make sure that they are full chord on it. There's something else I was going to tell you about that was really important. Although it must not be very important because I can't remember. Oh, I know what it is. Text in long phrases is hard to understand unless you do a good job of putting those beginning and ending consonants on. The word W-I-N-D will get lost in the wind if you don't put a D-U-H or D-A-H at the end of that. So wind, just adding that little extra sound sort of puts an ending onto it so you can hear where it is. So I would definitely work on that.